Hi, this is Sarah, the Stitchin Mommy, and it's Monday, November 24th, 2025. Almost Thanksgiving here in the States, so Smokey's in here with me too. We'll see how long she lasts. All my family is home for the break, so she might get more interested in what they're doing than what I'm doing, so we'll see. First off, administratively, I have in my Etsy shop, Stitchin Mommy over on Etsy. I am currently, it started this morning, a 25% off like Black Friday sale on PDFs. So all the instant download PDFs are 25% off from November 24th to December 2nd, I think, is just the general Etsy sale window. I'm like, sure, I'll join that. So all the instant download PDFs are on sale. I don't currently have my new temperature pattern ready. It's coming. I'm still working on it. I'm still fine-tuning it, figuring out the layout and all of that. So I'm hoping to get that out. It'll probably be December before that's out, just because this week I don't know how much time I'll have to design with all the things, people being home and all the stuff we're doing. So, but that's coming down the pike. But if you like some of my other temperature patterns or some of the other things I've designed, that's all there. Also, there were things in my plans video that I put up that have already changed because I make plans in pencil because you never know, stuff might change. So a few people pointed out, what about the 2026 Haid sale? I mentioned it, but I didn't talk about when I'm planning to work on it. And that's a good question. I don't quite know. It doesn't have a specific slot in my plans. It'll just be kind of whenever. I calculated an internal page of a current Haid Heaven and Earth Designs chart. And that one, I think I would need to do like 120 stitches at least every week to get a one page done in a year. So that should be doable. So I'm not sure when I'll do it though. It might just be like a weekend thing. I'll try to throw those stitches in. I also thought about, I'm hoping to be able to get together with the ladies here in my town and cross stitch at least once a month. I don't know if it'll be more often. And I could maybe take that there. That could be fun. So we'll see. I'm gonna stitch mine on 25 count 1/1. So I think I should be able to see it fine in the Panera Bread area, you know, the lighting there. So yeah, we'll see. That's my thought. It's like, maybe I could work on it during our get-togethers. And if not, I'll like throw it in on the weekend when I tend to have a little bit more time. The other thing people asked about was, what about the Winter Olympics that should be in February of 26? I'm like, oh, that's true. I usually like to play something to do with the Olympics. And Naptime Stitcher on Instagram, she usually has some prompts that she puts together for the Olympics. So I might do that in February for my daily 30 during the Olympics using full coverage pieces. Because I was saying February will be full coverage February for my daily 30. And I was going to spin a wheel with all of my full coverages on it. But I could choose out the ones I'm going to use for the Olympics according to the prompts. And then my wheel spins could be everything else on this full coverage for before and after the Olympics in the month of February. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, just to kind of have a nod to the Olympics. And then I was talking with Charlene over at Flights of Fancy Stitchers, and she showed a Jardin Privé pattern that she's going to start soon because it's an alphabet sampler, and she's doing a lot of alphabet starts in 2026 because it's the year of the alphabet because there's 26 letters in the alphabet. And I was going to start Random Thoughts, I think is what it's called, by Drawn Thread, because it has an alphabet on it. I'm like, not really feeling it. But when I saw hers, I'm like, that's really cute, and it's not that big. So I went on the Jardin Privé website and actually found a different one that I liked a little bit better. Its colors were more me. This printout doesn't do it justice, but I found Composition Floral 1, which translates to Floral Arrangement 1. And this is part of, like, this could be part of, there's like another 2, I think, parts to this, if you want a really big display, but I just want this one right here. And I picked colors and fabric. So I'll be doing this probably for my caul stitching. when I chat with my sister and my mom, and that'll be really pretty. And then it will go along with my alphabet theme for the year of 2026. And then she was also talking about pulling out her Butterfly Forest by Dimensions to work on it again starting in January. She'd like to finish hers in January. I don't know that I have enough time in my plans to finish mine, but I want to give it a good effort. So I thought with my WIPGO board that you guys saw in my plans video, I had 6 projects on there 4 times each that I could have as my medium-sized travel piece to take with me in the car while I'm waiting for my kids. And kits are things that are easy to do because they have everything all together. And so I thought I should make this a medium-sized travel piece. So it'll come out 4 times in 2026 as my one of my WIPGO pieces, because I already had the kit. So I need to start this and work on this with her. So this is a Dimensions Gold. It doesn't look like it'll be that hard. At the top, the background is all half stitches in this tree. So just the butterflies are full crosses. And I think down here, probably the leaves and stuff are full cross too, because all the foreground, but it's so pretty. And I've had this, I think my husband bought it for me for a birthday or something, and it's pretty. So, it's very exciting. And I also have a beautiful project bag to put it in with a butterfly charm. So super pretty. So I'm excited to work on that. And those are some of the plans that will be changing from what I said in my plans video. So most of that will all be in 2026. So not something you'll see quite yet. I think that's all, like, kind of the miscellaneous stuff. So travel stitching. I did work on my books of the Bible. This will be on my WIPGO board next year for in the car stitching. This is by My Big Toe. And I got 1 length of thread, 1 length of brown. Got some more words done. This is 25 count Bee Stitch Me Through the Stones, and it's 1/1 full cross. Called for silks. Did Habakkuk and a little bit of Zephaniah. These lines of text have seemed like they're taken longer and used up more thread, but I think it's just because most of these other lines had flowers involved and these lines don't. I mean, this guy had that guy, I guess, but slowly but surely chipping away at this one. I am not quite halfway. I'm another like line and a half and we'll be halfway. So getting there, but working on this in the car next year while I wait for my kids. It might actually see progress a little bit faster, so we'll see how that goes. I also got a little bit of start on my asters for, this is my like grab and go appointment type project, so it'll be, because it's smaller. I might grab this for taking with me to like the Thanksgiving get-togethers this week, because it's small, it could fit my purse, and then if we have time, like we're just sitting around waiting for the next thing to happen and chatting, I could work on this. So I got a tiny start on it this week for my daughter's orthodontist appointment. It was a quick appointment, so I didn't have a lot to do. And then we were waiting for something else right after, so I got a little bit more done, but just the very tiniest start, the middle of the aster. These are all on Sand Dollar by Bee Stitch Me, 1/1 full cross. Fancy flosses that I came up with that are close to what's called for. So there's that one. And this one might actually see more time this week than my main travel piece, because I won't be doing any school pickups this week. But that one got some time. Songbird Serenade Bird 1 is the one I'm working on. Did some more in the bird this time. This will be a gift from my pastor's wife, so I'm hoping I can get it done in the next month and a half or so. We'll see. Here it is. This is a 32 count Ice Murano even weave by Artiste from Hobby Lobby, and it's 2/2 full cross. And the back stitch is 2 strand also. I don't think I did any back stitching this time, but I filled in some of the bird and some of the wing, and this back wing is finished now. Started in on the tummy. This is a flower below the bird. So it's coming together. I think next time I'll do maybe some of this, more of the music notes too. So I'm kind of working you know, from the top down. So it's coming along. Hi, Smokey. So this is the kind of thing that I would like to work on in the car next year, to maximize that time that I get. Maybe, I think I get like almost an hour waiting, 2 different waits most days for 2 different schools. So it's like 45 to 55 minutes roughly on many of the days. So it's like, well, that's pretty good. Then we have my FlossTube Frenzy stuff that I've been working on for my daily 30 piece throughout the week. And I've got 7 FlossTubers that I'm kind of tracking, and there's 7 of the many people that I follow. And these 7 often post weekly because I'm only doing FlossTube Frenzy for the month of November, then I'll move on to other things. It's been fun, but I do like things a little more concrete and like day by day. Like with the FlossTube Frenzy, you could have 3 or 4 people post on one day and then you have to spread them out. Or you could be like, I don't know if I have anything to do tomorrow with FlossTube Frenzy because no one has posted yet. So it's kind of, but then someone will post the next day and then you do have something. So it's a little bit more toss up in the air than I like to do for my planning. It has been fun, but I don't think I'll need to do that again in the future. So, but I will continue to do it for the rest of November. So all this next week, I'll keep doing it with these same 7 people, same 7 projects. First one was Cupcake Dreams by Stitchin Crafts. This one actually came out twice since you've seen it last, because I did 2 sets of FlossTube Frenzy yesterday, because I know upcoming this week, I think I'll have a few extra that I need to do, Carolyn. So I was like, I might as well get ahead a little bit. This is the Stitchin Crafts. It was a freebie. Now you can find that cupcake as part of a bigger cupcake pattern. And I am trying to finish this year. So once December starts, my daily 30 will be monogamous, along with my Whipco stitching. We'll all be monogamous on the same projects until I get things done. So my first project up will be Cupcake Dreams, to get that one done starting in December. So this one got 2 FlossTube Frenzy rotations, probably get 1 more this coming week. And then this is for Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter. I think she's planning on filming Friday, but anytime this coming weekend, I could still, if she posts anytime this weekend, I could work on it. 1 more time for this, but then starting on December 1st, this will be my daily 30 and my Wednesday, Thursday project until it's done. So I don't think it'll take me too long. I think I calculated out, it's now just under 1,000 stitches remaining. It's like 900 and something. This is a 28 count Jubilee fabric in a mint green color, 1/1 full cross. And I did 91 stitches on Monday and 94 stitches on Sunday. It's now at 96.86%, including there was a white background that I am not stitching. So I'm almost done with this medium pink color that I've been working on, and then there's a darker pink. This strawberry still has more to do. There's a few holes up here still left to do, as well as the obvious stuff in here and like these bits. So yeah, it's coming along. A little over 900 stitches left. This will probably be a finish, well, should be a finish in December. That's the plan. Then we worked on Let's Get Spooky, which is my one for Flights of Fancy. And this is an Imaginating, and it's very sweet. Oh, this one will be a fun one to show. I had the dots in here stitched last time of the orange in the pumpkin. So there'll be a good before and after to see what it really looks like compared to all the, just a couple dots, and now it's like filled in with backstitch. These Imaginating have a lot of backstitch. So here's this one. And this is on a 32 count Live and Die LA fabric. I think it's Sleigh Bells. There's 2/2 full crosses and then 1 strand backstitch. And I think it looks so fun. So now we have the word haunted and the word boo starting in on Trick or Treat over here. And then the 2 eyes will be right here. So of the jack-o'-lantern. Yay! I think this one might be 4th on my list of priority to get finished, because I think there's not, it won't take that long to finish. Priority for December will be Cupcake Dreams, My Story, Cats in the Rain, and then I think Let's Get Spooky. Because some of the other ones I think are a little farther away from a finish. It's hard to tell with this one because there's no, I don't know how many stitches are remaining. Most of it's back stitching, but that's okay. Cinnamon's all thumping around over there. Next we have Secret Garden by Historical Sampler Company. This one is for Leanne Stitches. I got some of the flowers done on the other side, like I was hoping to. The arbor. This I got 116 stitches. This is a 28 count even weave by Live and Dye LA, and it's a mystery green. 1/1 full cross with the called for DMCs. It's now at 54.15%, so I'm over halfway. I might have already been over halfway, but I did the outline of these purple flowers. There's a second color in there, and I started the blue flowers, and they have a yellow dot in them like those ones over there will have. So yay, it's coming along. And also at the end of November, I think I'll probably go through all my things in Pattern Keeper and adjust my, update my spreadsheet with the numbers of how far I am on everything. So after Let's Get Spooky, then I'll have a priority list based on how many stitches are remaining to see what's the closest possible thing to finish. But I don't know that I'll get any more of them finished. I probably won't even get to Let's Get Spooky because I think My Story is going to take me a while. And then we had Winter Rose, which is a lavender and lace. And this is for Dina, Sit, Stay, Stitch. And I got a little bit more done this time than last time, which is nice. I finished my string in her sleeve, and then I moved over to do some background. So I got 90 stitches this time. This is on a 46 count Vintage Misty Rain by Lakeside Linens, and it's 1/2 full cross. So I finished her sleeve with the blend, and then this blend is 2/1, which is very thick. And then I started in on more of the background. So I still have that on my needle. I'll keep doing that next time she posts the video. I think that might actually be the next one I work on. Yes. So I'll work on this one for another half hour today, which will be great. So yeah, that's a fun one. Oh, and this one is now 53.82%. Which is nice. All of these are over halfway, so they feel like they're kind of on the home stretch since they're not that big to start with. Then we did My Story for a 30-minute chunk. This is by Jeanette Douglas. And this one is the one that takes longer than I expect. I have this band left, all of these like birdhouses. I guess there's another little band under here too, plus a lot of these. And they take longer than you think because some of them are over 1. Some of them are fiddly because there's lots. This will be fiddly too with lots of color changes. Doing my own color conversion. And I'm enjoying it, but it is taking longer than I expected. But I would like it done. So this will be priority number 2 in December to get done. So here is where this one's at. And this is a 32 count lamb's wool linen, I believe. 2/2 full cross if there is a full cross. There's a lot of specialty stitches in here. So yeah, this was for absent-minded stitchers, Terry and Joe. So I did this part of the over 1 flower. There's also leaf and some dots and stuff, so that it will be next time they post. If they post this week, I'll do some more of that flower and hopefully move on to something else. There's like music notes and then an owl. The music notes are in metallic, and then the owl is over 1, so that's the next plan. Then maybe I'll move over and do this specialty stitch after that. We'll see. So hopefully I can get some good progress on this, at least in December. Then I worked on Floral Alphabet for Carolyn Cizik Stitch. This is by JBW Designs. and I am doing mine with 3 different colors instead of 1. This is the one that she might post extra videos this week, so I might get some more time on it than I have been. This is a 28 count Demicell even weave. It's a 2/2 full cross with those silks. And what did I do? I do think I did pink this time. So I did a length of pink. I started with that pink because then this motif is done. And then I added these 3 pinks in the D, that the blue is not done yet. I think there's some more green in there too. And then did these flowers, not quite that one all the way because my pink ran out. But this is the start of another little just greenery thing, you know, that doesn't have a letter associated with it. So 1 long length of silk, which I think is probably a yard, usually takes me the whole half hour to finish. So I just kind of pick a color and do it wherever. And then next half hour, I'll do another color. I did green last time, I did pink this time. So, but I have a couple unfinished sections. So I don't know if I want to move on to the blue or do more green. I don't know. Finish that pink flower. We'll see. It doesn't really matter. But if Carolyn posts like 3 or 4 times this week, then I have plenty of opportunity to finish some things, finish some motifs with all the colors. So then Cats in the Rain came out. I guess it came out twice again, because I did work on it when I called my sister, and also on Sunday when for Max Color Stitcher for her video. I did 202 stitches when I talked with my sister, but I also spent some time adjusting a kitty cat. So it took me longer to get that done because I was playing around with some colors. So this kitty right here, I don't know how well you can see it. This kitty right here that's stripy, it's right in front of this darker kitty, and you can see the difference in the cover page. When I was stitching it, this cat is not really as dark as it looks here, and then this cat was practically the same color, so you couldn't really see any distinction between the gray of the top of this kitty and that kitty. I'm like, well, that's weird. So I decided to make this kitty a little bit lighter since that one was already stitched. I wasn't going to change that one and have to unpick it. So this one is the same color as this one, and this one was already, all the gray was already in here too. But since it's just barely touching, it's fine. But this one was like right next to it. I'm like, So this one is now a different color, and I changed the stripes too, because the super dark stripes would have looked really funny with the lighter color that I was making the kitty. So anyways, that kitty is different now. And here it is now. This is a 40 count Vintage Stormy Night by Zweigart, and it's 1/2 full cross. And so yeah, I got 202 stitches on Tuesday and 81 stitches on Sunday. It's now at 65.15%. So I worked on this kitty on Tuesday, and I think I like how that looks. It's still kitty colors. It doesn't stand out that it's all crazy, but it is different from that cat, which is nice. And then I got started. I did 1 length of dark brown on Sunday. So I did all their eyes and used up the dark brown in the top of this kitty's head, and then went through and did all the noses, and including the nose of the cat over here. So this one is a really dark cat, so its eyes are actually this dark blue. So that's why it doesn't have any eyes yet. But yeah, I'm so excited. So this one is getting closer to finished, which is great. And I didn't get a chance to work on the raindrops at all, but maybe this coming week I can do some of that. Okay. Everything in there. Oh, and I also did a little bit on He Is Risen for sports stitching. We didn't have a Broncos game this weekend because it was our bye week. But we did have my college did have a basketball game on Wednesday, I think. So I'm doing He Is Risen by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Donna Gelsinger. This is the regular size version. I am doing that background, the sky, in half stitches, and the foreground in full crosses. So I'm currently just in the sky because it's really easy to get stitches quickly. We won this game we got 106 points. So I did 106 stitches. This is 28 count, light blue, even weave, and it's a 2/1 half cross in the sky. It'll be a 1/1 full cross in the cross and the words and the flowers and everything. So this is now at 1.31%. So it's getting there, slowly but surely. So I finished out, I think I did this color too. I did a little bit down there maybe in that color. And I was like working on this color in, I think while I talked with my mom. And then I was like, oh, I didn't bring any more colors, but that's all there was here. And I still had more stitches left to stitch to get to 106. And then I moved my pattern keeper, you know, screen over, and I noticed the next color in the sky is that same color. So I was like, woohoo! Because that was the one I'd brought up with me while I was chatting. So I had that color to start over here and did a little bit over there. So that was nice. And that's still on my needle, so I'll keep working on that color when this, I think we play today and tomorrow, actually. There's like a little tournament pre-Thanksgiving. So I'll have two what am I trying to say? 2 games to stitch for on this one this week, which will be great. Okay, so yeah, and there was nothing on Crazy Wonderful Owl Family because there was no Broncos game. So that's all the bonus stitching, I guess. Oh no, it's not all the bonus stitching. I also worked on my Festive mandala stitch along by Thread the Needle Designs. I don't have a cover page, but I finished the border, which is all we have access to right now. Where is it? Here it is. I finished the border. When did I work on this? I worked on it on Thursday for just a couple stitches while I was chatting with my mom. I think I finished the He Is Risen stitches and then moved on to this, but only had, I think, 17 stitches that day. And then worked on it more on Saturday, and I believe I finished it on Saturday. So this is now ready for a December 1st start of the mystery part in the center. So this is so exciting. It's a 32 count raw silver Belfast, and it's 2/2 full cross with the called for DMCs, and it will have a more of a jewel toned color palette than a traditional Christmas color palette, but this is the dark burgundy and dark teal for the holly leaves, sparkly fabric, black border, and I got the bottom leaves done too. Everything matched up, and it's ready. It's ready to go. So I believe it'll be a mandala in a bunch of different colors, and we'll get a little portion of it every day in December 1 through 25. And then hopefully, if I can keep up with it, it'll be done and on Christmas Day. We'll see. It seems like it might be a lot of stitching per day, but we'll see. Hopefully I can not fall too far behind on that. And it is in her Etsy shop, and you could get the border now to get started. You have 1 more week if you want to, you know, bust it out before Christmas. So that's fun. Thread the Needle Designs on Etsy. And she's Thread the Needle here on FlossTube as well, and then she's My Stitch Diary over on Instagram. Okay, what next? I think my regular stitching, I worked on Bear Time Stories for my gift stitch this week. This is mini Bear Time Stories, Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Randall Spangler. We're doing this for my middle son, and I did not get very much done on it, unfortunately. Just busy days. So I started out, wanted to finish the color in the book pages that I was working on, and I got that done on Monday. So this is a 40 count Verdal 1/1 half cross. This is the whole piece. And it's, so I did, let's see, 309 stitches to finish, I believe it was on this side, all the book page, that color of the book pages. So that color is done in the book pages. It was really hard to not keep doing that color elsewhere. It was like in the cookie and the nose and different, I'm like, but I really wanted to start typewritering the top. I did 212 stitches up here in the top, maybe down here as well, just wherever those colors. Can you tell? I can't tell, but maybe in the before and after you can tell. There's so many little onesies and twosies in this like wall paneling right here. I'll do like one or two stitches in the wall paneling, and then it'll be everywhere else. So I'll pick a really short length still, but since it's 40 count over 1, it's still, it takes time to like find out where else it's going to be. And I've finished up all of the colors that are only used a few times. So I think that the color with the least amount of stitches remaining on this, it has like 300 something stitches. So there are more stitches. They're just not in a block anywhere. So it was slow going. So I'm hoping the next time I pull this out, the next color I get to, I think will fill in a little bit more, and that'll be nice. But I didn't get time to get to that color this week, so that was unfortunate. But I did something. So that was the day I think I filmed my plans video, so you got that out of it. Okay, and then I worked on getting caught up on the Great British Baking Show stitching. So the first one I worked on was Adia, the Garden Fairy. This one I needed 3 links of floss, and I ended up doing all of it in metallic in her wing, because that was the next thing to do. I'm like, and I just kept going. I'm like, oh, well, if I do another length, I could get it to this spot. Oh, well, how about if I do another length, I'll get it to this spot. And it was just easy. I had it out. It's a blending filament that they needed 2 strands. And how I worked it to make it easier to manage is I threaded one length, it's a long length, threaded one end of it, pulled it all the way through. So I had the 2 ends at one end, the needle at the other end, anchor the 2 ends into my other stitches on my project. And then the blending filament is just one continuous loop with the needle. You'd have to like totally finish the length and then cut the thread off the needle. But it makes it so much easier for, you don't have the shredding or slipping off the needle and then having to try to rethread it, none of that. So it's a lot nicer. So pro tip for 2 strands of blending filament. So here is this one. I believe this is the called for linen 32 count dirty by Zweigart, and it's 2/2 full cross. And I worked in the sparkly wing there with 3 lengths of blending filament. So that was fun. Got a little bit of attention, not a ton, but that will check off what I needed to do for one of the contestants of the baking show game. And then the other one I did this week was also a Mirabilia, but this Mirabilia needed, I think, 5 lengths of floss. Villa Mirabilia. That's this one. I got this on one of our first anniversaries in an LNS. Kitted it up with what I think is the called for linen willow green. And I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I don't really remember how much is left in the pot. When I first started it, I started in the middle. I did a lot of the girl. I have her whole upper body completely finished. Beads, cry neck, back stitching, everything. I have good chunks of her skirt done. But I've been coming up and trying to work down, which includes this pot. So the last like 5 years, I've been trying to work on this pot. It's a never-ending pot, I tell you. So but now I have like to here is 100% done, which is not saying a whole lot. But I have some of this finished, but there's more shades in there. All of this is empty stitching. You can see the fabric show through, so I'll just backstitch that line at some point. But all of this is pretty dense. Like there's a lot of stitches in there. And I realize there is still a little bit of dark green in the bush. I thought the bush was all the way done, but it's not. There's still a little bit more bush too. But I did 5 lengths in the pot, including a bonus length of, no, I think that was my last length. Yeah, I did 4 lengths of DMC and 1 length of beads, which I'm very excited about. That kind of made it all worth it. So this is a fat half of willow green Belfast. It's 2/2 full cross. So there's gonna be, so the beads can fit diagonally. So here's the pot. Probably do my before and after of the pot too. And I got a good, like the darker shades. I know I did some of the darker shades of the pot. And so I think all of this to like here is done. And there's some more fill in that I did down here. But then I did one length starting up here, all the way down here is purple beads. Yeah, there you go. You're some shiny, which are the same beads in her arms. There's only 2 beads in this. There's the yellow beads in her head, which are all done. I don't think I have those anywhere else. And then the beads were on her sleeves and here in the pot. I don't think there's any beads in the medallion at the bottom either. So I think this is just all the beads there are. There's some of these strings are beads too. They are these gaps right here will be beads also. So it was fun. I worked on it for a little while and got some progress. So that's good. Then my pieces for Friday, Saturday were both full coverage because I figured if these 2 are Mirabilias and Fancy Ladies, I can do the other, my like things I'd like to get at least one day on can be full coverage. Both of them can be full coverages this week. So my first one was the Young Gardener. I believe this is by Art of Stitching. It's very sweet design, but it's slow going because it's so confetti heavy, as you could probably imagine. Like trying to get all these leaves, it's just intense. And I've been in these leaves for years. So once I get down here, I think it'll be more fun. It'll still be full of confetti, but it'll have like things I'm making. Right now I'm just doing this like wall of mossy leaves, which is challenging. But I did 320 half stitches. This is a 40 count Verdal, just like Bear Time Stories, and it's 1/1 half cross. And this is now at 9.54%. So hopefully you can see a little bit of what I put in. I tried to pick symbols up in here, I think, to fill in the 10 by 10 square along the top and then wherever they went. So you can see them. Probably a little bit of change down here, but hopefully the biggest change is that this is a little bit more filled in. 320 stitches, so yep. Progress is progress, right? It'll be nice to get these out for a little bit more time next year. So Adia, the Garden Fairy, and this next one, African Woman with Peonies, should both come out probably in January because I'm doing all my projects alphabetically next year for a 2-day rotation. And both of these are very early in the rotation alphabetically. So this is Artisy African Woman with Peonies 2. And I worked in her headdress, or her scarf, headscarf. I was considering maybe popping over here and getting some big numbers, but I just want to start seeing stuff filled in. So I kept with the typewriter method, picking symbols, working them in, and got less numbers that way, but I'm still happy with the progress. So 299 stitches. I didn't quite realize I was close, that close to 300 when I put it all away, and then I went to record it. I'm like, oh, 1 stitch away, but that's okay. Practically 300 stitches. Now at 10.48%. And this is a 25 count, I think it's Prim vintage cloth from the Fat Quarter Shop, and it's 2/1 half cross. So I worked a lot in the headscarf here, a little bit into her face, a lot of these pinks and grays. So yeah, that's pretty fun. This one I'll be enjoying getting this back out again shortly when my alphabetical list of whips to work through, because this one will be pretty high on the list. I guess Adia is first, but this one is right up there. Here it is. And then stitching shelf. So my last day on stitching shelf for the year, because this coming Sunday I will work on my December project for Seasonal Sunday, because I have one of the Sundays in December I'm doing something else. So I figured since November had 5 Sundays, I'll give one of its Sundays to my next Seasonal Sunday piece. So this is Max Color Stitching Shelf, normal size, by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Amy Stewart. I've been working in the autumn shelf here in November. So I finished the bright orange I was working on in this bookshelf. And then I came over here and did some, oh, I did some shelf. This is a lighter, there's all this stuff in the middle, which is why it's hard to see the shelf right there. But I did a lighter color in the shelf, and then I did a lighter color in this lady. So I got some good progress. I got 657 half stitches. This one just flies when I'm picking, if I'm doing it typewriter properly to fill in squares, it takes a long time because it's max color and there's a million colors in each square. But if I pick a symbol that's like got a lot going on in one area, it goes really fast. And that's what I've been doing lately. So it's been fun. So here's all of it. And then here is the autumn shelf. And let's get some light on it there. It's 28 count tea-dyed Monaco. And it's 2/1 half cross. So I did this bookshelf, finished that color I was doing in that bookshelf. And then I did this lighter color along here. There's most of it's right here and a little bit right here to kind of use up my string. And then I thought, what else do I want to do? And I came down and noticed this color was very condensed. I'm like, sure, let's do that. So I get all of that color done in that lady right there, which is fun. So yay. This is now, I don't think I said 5.16%. So it's still a long way to go. But I am enjoying this, and I have plans to at very least pull it out in June for Daily 30. I'll spin a wheel to do the different seasons and maybe even add in some of the largest colors so I could spin either spring or fall or black or 3371 or something like that to get that Daily 30s chunk would be on that color, that kind of thing. So that's fun. I'm looking forward to that. I think that is everything I worked on this week. So moving forward for my plans, I have my gift stitch for this last week of the month is Ranunculus. This is by Cooler Design Studio, designed by Nancy Rossi. And I'm doing it a half cross. This kind of looks like a tapestry, which is fun. So this is my starting point on this one. It's a 24 count Congress cloth, which is a canvas. It's not a fabric. And it's 2/1 half cross. And I'm excited to get this out. It's always so fun, very colorful. And yeah, I don't remember what I was going to say about that, but that's a fun one. I'll work on that for Monday and Tuesday. And then again this week, Wednesday and Thursday, I'll try to work on Great British Baking Show catch-up stitching. So I have 2 full coverages that I need to work on for the Great British Baking Show. And we have family things both days. So we'll see. We'll see how much I can get done on these. Wish me luck. So the first one, I need 3 links of floss on Waterfall in Yosemite. This is a Golden Kite. This is the mini version, but it's still decent size. I'm doing mine on 18 count, so that makes it bigger too. And then, but the detail is quite nice, even for their mini. So here is where this one's at now. I'll try to get it off to the side for a before. So I've been working, this is 18 count 2/1 full crosses. So I've been working, trying to like picking symbols, typewritery here, but they tend to be colors that are heavily county. So I may do these for the 3 I need, or I may pop over here and see if any of these colors like will get me more stitches faster. I don't know, we'll see. All the sky is done, so now I'm working on some of the rocks. So that needs 3 strands of floss to complete my Great British Baking Show goal, where different things that happened in the show indicated for my standards a length of floss. Some people are doing numbers of stitches and things, and I was just doing a length of floss. Next year, I think I will do it again next year. I liked recording what happened during, because we watch it anyways, the new ones as they come out. And so, but I might do like minimal numbers of stitches for the things I have in Pattern Keeper that are closest to a finish. I think I might do that and have it be like 25, 50, those types of numbers per thing that happens. So we'll have to wait and see. It'll be next September, but I think I'll probably do it that way next year. And then the winner of Great British Baking Show was assigned the end of the ball. So this one already got several links of the floss earlier in the season. And then I got behind, and then she had even more that, you know, was assigned to her towards the end of the season. So I need 6 links of floss to get caught up on this one, which will be fun, but I don't know if I can get it done on Thanksgiving Day. So we'll see. This might spill over into Friday. We will see how this goes. So maybe I'll go this way or this one. This is also on a 24 count Congress cloth, which is a canvas, and I am stitching it 2/1 half cross. And you can see the people, you know, forming right here. This is the man's head and the back of the woman's head. And then I am picking symbols here for the most part, trying to fill it in, but this is kind of a break in the background where these colors are only over here and these colors are only over here. Some of the times these colors are down here in the people, so I'll take advantage to get more detail on the people. But sometimes the colors, there's like a board, a design in the wallpaper that's, you know, your colors sometimes want to flow down, but I want to focus across, so it ends up being tricky to know what path to take as you're stitching. So we'll see, but it would be nice to keep going. Maybe I can even hit the edge with these like 6 stitches, 6 links of floss. And both of these are Golden Kite patterns, which have blends. And something I think I decided maybe on this one previously in the season, often when I'm doing a Golden Kite, I'll pull a blend and it will be a full 4 feet because it's a blend, and I don't want to have to, like, sometimes on the end of the ball, because it's over 1, I'll do a half and it'll just be a 2 feet piece. Because I cut my floss that long in DMC to be able to do a loop start, to have a 2 foot working length. But when it's a blend, I'm like, I can do the whole thing, especially on the 18 count things, or 28/2, like my Teresa Wenslers or something. I'll do a full 4 foot and it'll just eat it up really quickly. But I decided for the length of floss requirement for this game, I'll do, even if I pull a full 4 foot blend, I'm going to only count it, each 2 foot chunk will be a strand. So I will do 2 strands would be a long length, because otherwise I'll be here for days and I just want to be done. So yeah, I want to get those goals ticked off, and that would be fantastic. So whatever time I have left on Friday, Saturday, I will pull out Twisted Band Sampler just for fun. This is another one I don't think I worked on yet this year, so it needs some attention. This is a Northern Expressions needlework piece. And let's see, where are we on this one? Oh, okay. So here we are. This is a called for Lakeside Linen. I think it's bisque. And it's the DMC conversion included in the pattern. They have, I think, Dinky Dyes and DMC. I'm doing the DMC. It's beautiful. 2/2 full cross, or the specialty stitches, which are usually 1 strand. So it looks like I finished this band of full crosses, but possibly, yeah, I think there's another band of cross stitches that's like the same pattern in another color to be a thicker cross stitch band. So I'll be doing more cross stitches, which is not as fun as the specialty stitches, but it needs to be done. So I think it's a darker brown. So we'll see how far I can get on that this weekend. And then my new seasonal Sunday piece for December, which will start here the last day of November, is Winter Floral Cross. These are kits by Janlin, but they are also on the Cooler Design Studio website, so I will probably be buying the PDF of this so I can have it in Pattern Keeper, and keep going with it in Pattern Keeper. And obviously I'll need to still reference this pattern or the PDF for the back stitching, because there's a lot of back stitching. But I have a little bit of the holly started. So this is all the kit stuff I'm using. Green 14 count Ada. And here's my starting point. All of these, here maybe I'll do farther back for a good before. All of these were started in the middle and then quickly worked my way to the top with colors that kind of went there, and now I'm doing it from the top down with like all the things. The back stitching, the words. So what I decided to do on fall floral cross, now that I have the pattern keeper of that one, is I'll do a whole 10 by 10 square of cross stitches, you know, working my rest of my thread wherever they go. And then coming back to the physical pattern or the PDF and then figuring out what back stitching I can do. So that's kind of what I'll probably do with all of these now, but such stiff kit fabric. It's so stiff. Anyway, so that will be on Sunday, and I will have another Broncos game on Sunday as well to work on. Crazy Wonderful Owl Family, which I didn't bring up to show, but you've seen that a lot lately if you follow me, so I'll show that next time. And I think that's it. I think that's everything. So that's exciting. So I hope to be back on December 1st, on Monday, so we can see what we're going to be doing in the last part of the year. It'll be great. So if you're here in the States, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hopefully you enjoy your family and friends and food and football. All the F's for Thanksgiving. And stitching. Enjoy your stitching, enjoy your crafting, and enjoy just spending time with people you love. And hope you have a wonderful week, and happy stitching. Bye.